1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm going to be talking about haunted places in the area I'm from, Hampton Roads. So to start off, I'm going to be talking about a historically haunted road that lies between two major cities in Hampton Roads. But before I get there, let me tell you a little bit about the area. A lot of people don't realize what Hampton Roads is whenever I go on vacation and I say, hey, I'm from Hampton Roads. They're like, doesn't ring a bell until I say maybe Virginia Beach, and even then sometimes people are like, don't know. So Hampton Roads is a suburban / urban / rural area consisting of 7 cities within the eastern and southeastern shoreline of Virginia. So let's dive in a little bit to the history of Hampton Roads. So initially, the Battle of Hampton Roads is one of the things that are most famous about the area. Around 1862, there was a giant naval battle. It's also known as the Battle of Hampton Roads and the Battle of the Ironclads, the Monitor, and the Merrimack, which is why we have a bridge of the same name. And this was one of the largest naval battles within the American Civil War. The battle was really short, and oddly enough, it wasn't consistent on a road. Like I said, it was on ships, but sparring from that infamous name, you have Hampton Roads, which a lot of people are trying to rename into Coastal Virginia, but that's a rant for another day. Hampton Roads consists of 7 major cities: Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Suffolk, Newport News, and Hampton. Now, the infamously horrific and creepy road I'm going to be talking about today lies in between Chesapeake and Virginia Beach, which is fun for me because I'm from Chesapeake and I drive on this road a lot. So Chesapeake and Virginia Beach have a connecting road called Elbow Road, and the reason this road is named Elbow Road is because of the shape. You go down and there's really nothing on either side but trees. Occasionally you'll see a house. There's a lot of swampland, a lot of wildlife. And as you drive down this road, you'll come across this lake called Stumpy Lake. And as you go around the edge of Stumpy Lake, you hit the elbow. So the street goes straight, and then there's almost a 90-degree turn up. And that's what is the elbow. It's a really sharp, really dangerous turn that surprisingly has a lot less accidents than you would expect from how insane this turn looks. Now, there is a lot of local legends and local folklore about Elbow Road, specifically about a creepy elderly woman named Mrs. Wobble. As you can see, elbow, spelled backwards, is wobble. There was a story that Miss Wobble lived alone in a house that lined Elbow Road. And this isn't very shocking because there's a lot of old homes with a lot of elderly people who haven't moved yet along the lines of Elbow Road. According to a book called Weird Virginia, which I'll link below, one night the woman in her house disappeared, and when police came to investigate, they found broken glass in her home. So when they entered her home, they found dinner untouched, and when they entered the upstairs of the home, it was coated in blood. According to legend, her body was never discovered, and the house was eventually torn down, but a lot of people believe they see the spirit of the elderly Mrs. Wobble restless, tormenting drivers and people walking along the road. Which, if you're walking along the road, you're tormenting yourself in the first place because there are no sidewalks and everyone drives extremely fast. They don't care about how sharp that turn is and how narrow that street is. People go. And if you are unfortunate enough to see her while you're driving, a lot of drivers end up crashing, according to legend. And a lot of the drivers who see her, they crash and they pass. It's believed that Miss Wobble haunts and terrorizes the drivers, causing them to die along the road. Now, this legend is easy to believe, seeing as how dangerous Elbow Road is, and how for some reason a lot of people tend to drive more reckless on it than they would a lot of the other major streets. One, because it's not strongly enforced in police because there aren't a lot of spots for police to sit. It is a 1-lane road with very narrow siding. There's not really a shoulder to this road. There aren't a lot of pull-off spots. So trying to police it and enforce it, especially in the middle of the road near Stumpy Lake, is near impossible. It's also very, very dark. Driving at night, it's pretty dark, especially if you don't have your lights on like you're supposed to. So a lot of people crash and there's a lot of accidents. So it's easy to believe that the legend is possible. Now there's also one other legend connected to this road aside from this wobble, and that is the motorcyclist. Now there aren't a lot of articles about the motorcyclist man, but this is a rumor that I heard growing up. Thanks, motorcycle in the background, that's a nice touch. The story is that if you see two headlights at night driving towards you, obviously on the wrong side of the road, the headlights will split because they're actually two motorcyclist spirits, to be more specific, and they'll dissipate around you and never be seen again. However, if you swerve, you'll either A, crash because there is no shoulder and no place to swerve onto on elbow, or B, you will just die mysteriously due to you falling for the ghost tricks. Which is a very dangerous legend because obviously, if anyone sees headlights coming straight for them at night, they're probably going to swerve or stop or try to avoid it. So that's the trick of this ghost. Elbow Road does have its history of accidents. For example, in 2013, a 32-year-old named Robert Edward Rosenthal passed in an accident on Elbow, and a lot of people in the community came out and talked about this because they had been requesting that the road be widened for a long time because it is such a roller coaster of a street. They've done a little bit of widening, but not in the spot that really needs it. The road remains quite dangerous and potentially quite haunted. So thanks for watching this video about the haunting of Elbow Road, and I'll see you guys in the next one.